morning, good morning. There's a Facebook user who's saying good morning. I can't see your name. And there's a thing with StreamYard that if you you need to give permission in order for me to see your name. It's a privacy thing. So that's up to you. All right. Good morning. Oh my gosh. I'm actually super excited to be back in this group and kicking things off in here again. Hey, Gia. Thanks, darling. So, what I wanted to do, the purpose of coming in, good morning, Beryl. It's lovely to have you here. What I wanted to do is I wanted to come in and have a chat, catch up with people, give a picture. There are 1,200, 1,300 women in this community that have come in over the last couple of years. So for those of you that are new to this community, for those of you that perhaps haven't seen me for a little while, I just wanted to reintroduce myself, reconnect, and let you know what is coming up. Typically at this time of year, I'd be starting to do vision board workshops with people again. Those of you that were in here for More Extraordinary Every Day, the last talk show that I did, a lot of you did a vision board with me. So, people know me for that work. But for those that, let me just give a little grounding. So when I came in here and created this space first, it was when I did a series called in 2018, 2019 called A League of Extraordinary Mothers. And there were 3 series inside A League of Extraordinary Mothers. Hey, Kelly, thanks for being here, honey. There were 3 series inside that, A League of Extraordinary Mothers. We started with how to lay a strong foundation for health and happiness in your teenage daughter, and then I did one on the power of food. I think there was 2,500 women on the first one, about 4,000 women in the second one, and then I did one on self-love, which was another 1,800 women. So over time, I've built this beautiful community, and then we did Unleash the Audacious Woman Within. I love the word audacity. The idea that who does she think she is to do this kind of appeals to me. So Unleash the Audacious Woman Within is going out at the moment. For those that are on my email list, you will be getting it. It was turned into a podcast. It was picked up by Motivation and Success TV in the US. So it's out there if you want to listen to that series. I think there's 23 interviews in it. It is absolutely phenomenal. The women that I interviewed for that series are just the most fabulous, heart-centered, wise, intelligent women who are sharing their stories and how they came to have the audacity to do what they're doing in the world right now. They're fabulous stories. And then I did Phenomenal Feminine Entrepreneurs, which was a book, my beautiful book that has actually just been picked up by somebody in the US, and it's coming out on Kindle. There's but it's available at any good bookstore. But each of the women in there was or is has done an interview with me as well. So that's out and available for people to watch publicly. And if you want to find any of those things, just let me know if you haven't found them. But Google search is pretty good. So when I am thinking about, and beyond that, over the last 5-6 years, I have been working with clients. I run masterminds and I do one-on-one clients. A lot of that has been life coaching. So I came into this space with a background. I'm actually a qualified naturopath. I don't work as a naturopath anymore. I've done functional nutrition. I am a mother of 4. I have been through a divorce. I was a single mum of 4 kids under 8. So I bring with me, life experience. Like everybody in this community, you have gathered this incredible wealth of wisdom that, to my way of thinking, you now get to pass on. So typically the women in my community, late 40s, 47. I was 50 this year, 50 plus. I've got beautiful women in this community that are, in their 50s, 60s, 70s and beyond. So, that I have created these amazing relationships with the women that I've had the pleasure of working with one-on-one and through masterminds. And one of the things that brings me untold joy is the connections that I have created inside my community. It really is the heart and soul of why I do what I do. And yes, it is about connecting women to women, because I very much subscribe to the idea that, we get to rise each other up. It is this idea that we have this amazing ability to, when we connect and come from a place of service, we all rise together, and then we get to spread this, sublime feminine intelligence across the world. So with some of the one-on-one clients that I've been working with, I've got a very gorgeous Fiona McPherson, who has experienced betrayal in her marriage. She went through the depths of all the horribleness that comes with having had that experience, did the personal development, did the work, and now has come out the other side and created this amazing talk show for other women, very specifically to connect with other women who have been through that same experience. And now she's reaching back and pulling them forward, teaching them the things that she learned in order to come through and out the other side of that with grace, determination, compassion, love, strength, all the ways of being that we aspire to. I've got another client, Linda Terlica, who's just done the most fabulous series. I think it literally wound up yesterday. So she's been a personal trainer for years. She and her fabulous husband own a gym in Melbourne, and she just wants to support women through perimenopause and menopause to be the strongest, healthiest, happiest version of themselves. So she's learned how to do this stuff for herself. Now she's reaching back and supporting other people to do the same thing. A beautiful client that I worked with for a couple of years, Melissa Hamilton, she's sat on boards of companies, she's in the corporate space, and she set up Brave Feminine Leadership, supporting women to use their voices and to have the courage to step up in what can be a very male environment, to have the careers that they want to have. So why am I sharing this with you? Because as I look at the women I've worked with, and yes, there have been a lot of women who it was purely life coaching. Yes, I supported them with aspects of their wealth creation, but it wasn't so much the talk show stuff. And what I am doing next year is getting starting in, the end of this month, is getting super focused on supporting women to pull out the incredible wisdom that they have within them. We all have been through enough of this adventure called life to have accumulated wisdom around certain topics. So I was just talking to a beautiful client, Kelly, who's on, and she has a gift for working with dogs. And, we were talking about how we spread this incredible service out in a bigger way into the world, because it is beautiful. She has learned this skill, and now she gets to pass it on and to be of service to more people in the world with what she has learned. So there are women in this community. I remember I worked with a fabulous, fabulous client. She was one of my first clients in this space, Catherine, who just has an absolute passion for cooking and creating beautiful meals that support the health and wellness of people. And now she has gone on some years later, and she now has this thriving business where she is supporting people who they may be sick, so she's delivering meals to their house. They just may be incredibly busy, so they need really healthy meals on tap. Through the NDIS, she's been teaching people with disabilities how to cook, and I see the ripple effect of taking our knowledge, our passion, our gifts that we have to share with the world and passing them on. So this is what I do. And this is what I want to support the women in my community to do with confidence. And depending on where you each are, there are different levels of confidence that you come with. And my job as a coach is to peel back some of those fears, to peel back some of those uncertainties, and allow you to step more confidently into being of service, into sharing your passion, so that together, collectively, this is not about the I, it is about the we. It is about coming together, being of service, reconnecting, connecting with the people that you can support. You can pass on your gifts. This is about passing on the wisdom that we have learned. So I will continue to talk about, through the vision building work that I do, we break it up into 4 different pillars. And for those of you that have done vision boards with me, this is nothing new, but it is about continuing to have the conversation, because we don't get to a destination. Life is this journey. The destination is when we die and go back into Mother Nature and the journey beyond. That is the destination. Until we're at that point, life is a continual process of growth and development. That's why I'm addicted to this personal development world, because we are, in the words of Tony Robbins, either we're growing or we're dying. So you can be in this place of being very stagnant and stuck in your life, which is typically where people come to me. Good morning. And you're very welcome, Kelly. So we can get, into this place where we're stuck and stagnant, and it's like this sense of, I know I have more to give. I know surely this is not all there is. I have so much to offer. And yet fear keeps us stuck. Fear keeps us sitting back in our lives, waiting for somebody to come to us. Well, if you're waiting for that invitation, let me be that person who is reaching in and pulling you up and forward. So we have 4 different pillars that essentially cover everything in our lives. We have our health, physical and mental health. It is the foundation. You cannot live a fabulous, thriving, flourishing life if your health, your physical and mental health, is not where it should be. So that's one part of what we look at. And it's not about flogging you to go to the gym and to do all these, things that it's about gradual steps to do the things to become the healthiest, fittest, most flourishing, thriving example of yourself. Mental health is one of my favorite subjects. And for anybody that hasn't read Lost Connections, please, it's like a magical Bible that will just give you so many aha moments, by an author called Johan Hari. Amazing. So it is mental. Okay, I get too passionate about this stuff. I've got to go off on a tangent, but I just let me bring it back. We talk about health, physical and mental health. We talk about, you're reading it right now, Debbie. It is so amazing. Health, wealth. Now, wealth is such a fabulous conversation when it comes to women, because we've got all these pre-programmed ideas about what it is to desire more money. There's conversations around being grubby. It's something that we perhaps are a bit secretive about, or we have lots of shame around, I'm here to start peeling back some of those conversations, because the reality is that I've got somebody who's decided right now to chopping down a tree opposite me. So I've got all this noise. I hope it's not coming through and affecting the audio. Let me know if it is, and I'll put headphones in. Wealth touches everything in our lives. It touches the decisions that you make about the food that you buy. It touches the decisions that you make about the clothes that you buy. It touches your decisions about your ability to feel really generous in the world, your ability to contribute to the things that you feel are really meaningful to you. This gorgeous client, Linda, that I was just talking about, whose show Resilient Women is just winding up now, she is now able to give to a charity through the money that she's created in there, charity that is really meaningful to her. And I've talked many times about my mind being, the switch in my mind being flicked when my coach several years ago, Shanda Sumner, talked about putting on her vision board that she was going to give $1 million to charity that year. It's just like, wow. Imagine being in a position where you could donate significantly to a charity that means something, that is meaningful to you. So it affects the ability of the quality of the car that we drive, the sustainer. I talk about, I wear clothes that I buy most of my clothes secondhand because I believe it is a better decision for the environment. And if I'm going to buy new clothes, I want to buy from organic, sustainable, ethical companies that are not contributing to the incredible pollution on the planet right now through fast fashion. So all these, this is where wealth allows us to make decisions that support our values. Health, physical and mental, wealth. Time is the third category. So time for the things that matter. This is where wealth comes into the conversation as well. But when we're planning our vision for the life that we want to create, having the time for the things that matter is something that you get to plan for. What does that look like for the year ahead? What are the things that matter to you? I've got 4 children, all of whom are spread across the country now. Actually, one is about to land in Thailand. I've got one in Queensland, one in Northern Territory, one in about 3 hours away in Victoria. I want the time to be able to go and visit them, to fly to wherever they are, the money to support that. So this is where time and wealth comes in to play in my life. Where does it come in to play in your life? I want time in my mornings to walk, to meditate. I want precious time to have fun with my beautiful husband, Laurie. I want time to connect with friends. I want time for my clients. These are the things that matter to you. What are the things that matter to you? And what do you hear yourself saying? If I had more time, I would, or I wish I had more time too, because you get to claim that. Time is the most precious asset that you have. It is the thing that you can never get back. It is far more valuable than money. So where are you spending your time? Sadly, most of us are wasting hours and hours, which adds up to days, weeks, and months of our time mindlessly scrolling on social media, mindlessly watching Netflix, mindlessly watching and doing things that are not serving us. And the last category, so there's 4 categories, is love. Love for self. Love for self comes first. You cannot love anybody else more than you love yourself. This is a big aha for many people. I learned this from the very gorgeous Brene Brown. So loving yourself first, the very definition of self-love is personal responsibility. You taking responsibility for your health, your happiness, your wealth, your time, all these different things. Love for self, love for others, your ability to be a source of love, compassion, care, support for other people. If you think about the significant people in your life, give it a score. If that works for your brain. Is your love for your significant others at a 6, at a 7, at an 8, or is it at an 11? Because this is part of what makes life truly magical. And of course, then there's love for life. What is your experience when you think about where's my love for life? Am I waking up each day feeling purposeful, excited, driven, in a state of growth and development, or from a place of curiosity? Are you just waking up, getting through each day, feeling like, I don't even, is this all there is? Feeling unhealthy, lethargic, stressed about money, stressed about time, stressed about your relationships. Because sadly, that is the reality for a lot of people. And we have been led to believe that that is normal. And it is not. It's not normal. It's not the way things have to be. It can be different. So in what I am offering, yes, I'm going to be, doing more lives and supporting with my accumulated wisdom to support the women in my communities. But to work with me in a way that I can impact you the greatest will be through a mastermind that I'll be running. And all my programs run for 12 months for a very good reason, because it takes time to peel back the layers of self-doubt, to peel back the layers of fear, to allow you to become more confident, to shine, to grow into your fullest potential. So Emerge, which is the talk show host mastermind, will start kick off on the 28th of November. This is for entrepreneurial women. Now, when I say entrepreneurial women, it is people, women who have the desire to create communities around a particular subject that you have accumulated wisdom in. So if you are, if you're an amazing, if you've learned the skill of meditating, if you've learned the skill of public speaking, if you've learned the skill of taking care of health through nutrition, through food, through exercise and movement, sleep, any of these things, if you have experienced divorce or betrayal, or how to create amazing relationships, if you have been a mother for years and you've learned how to make the perfect lunchbox, or teach children resilience, or there are 1,000 different potential possibilities where you get to educate people around the wisdom that you have accumulated. You get to talk to other women and record those conversations, like in my Phenomenal Feminine Entrepreneurs series, or Unleash the Audacious Woman Within, or A League of Extraordinary Mothers. The purpose of all those series, and More Extraordinary Every Day, which is still in this group. So if you want to watch that one, just go to the featured section and you will find those. There's 11 interviews in that series, which is about becoming more extraordinary every day. The purpose of those was me talking to other women who have accumulated wisdom on a particular subject, and then through our stories and through sharing, we get to pass that knowledge on to other people. So if you would like to be part of Emerge, which is the talk show host mastermind, so that you can take your passion, your learned wisdom and experience through education, through life experience, and pass it on. I've got a lot of women in this community that have come through Cindy O'Meara's her Functional Nutrition Academy course, which I did many, many years ago. So that's why I'm connected to those women. We keep studying, we keep learning, and we keep thinking, I'm not enough yet, I don't know enough yet. But the reality is you do. And now the generous thing to do is to start passing that wisdom on, so that collectively together we can create this ripple effect of sublime feminine intelligence that we're spreading across the world with love, with compassion, with generosity and kindness. So Emerge is the only way to be part of Emerge is through a conversation with me. You can't go and click on a link and sign up for it, because I need to make sure that we're a perfect fit for each other, and that you're a perfect fit for this beautiful community, and it's going to be a perfect fit for you. So I will pop a link in. I've got to hop off. I've got another gorgeous client that I need to connect with in just 3 minutes. So I'm going to hop off. If you've got any questions, please let me know. Gia, I'll get you, because I won't have time straight away. So Gia is my assistant. For those of you that haven't met Gia yet, make sure you say hi. She's absolutely gorgeous in the Philippines. Gia, if you could pop a link to the talk show host Calendly link, just book a call and let's have a chat. It'll just be half an hour. We can talk through where you're at in your business, if you're a startup just in dreaming stage, or if you've got an existing business. Let's have a chat and see how I can support you to build an audience of raving fans who are dying to learn from you so that you can increase your impact and income. All right, that's it from me today, and I'll be back very soon. All right, so much love. Bye for now.